right, well, welcome today. My name is Crystal Stokes, and I work in the Career Development Center as a Career Information Specialist. And I'm glad you guys are here today. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about some of the wonderful resources that we have in the Career Development Center. We went through quite a transformation within the last couple of years, and we've got some wonderful online resources now that will help students through the whole job search process. If you want to get to the Career Development Center website, from the home page, you're just going to go to Jobs and Career Services, and then to the Student Career Development Center. And then what I'm going to be talking about is specifically the CareerSpot videos and also the Supercasts that we've created. So you'll go to Get Work Experience. And right at the top of this, you'll see where it says CareerSpot videos. These are wonderful. And students can access this at any time. So basically, this would be available 24/7 to them. So let's just click on one. I'll enlarge this a little bit, make it full screen. This was the importance of thank you notes. Let's just watch one of them to get an idea of the wonderful information they provide.
The courtesy piece that I think comes out when you finish the interview process.
I think a thank you note is a common courtesy. To the extent somebody has taken the time to meet with you, I think it's important for them to hear back from you.
The art of follow-up and thank you notes may be dead for some people, but I think it's really critical for folks in this process.
It means like really something, like to them. Oh yeah, like maybe she or he really appreciated the time.
It shows the employer that you're really interested.
Doesn't have to be long and involved. It's just got to be short, sweet, and quick.
I would say thank you for your time. I'm glad it was nice to meet you. Hopefully things can work out in the future, and I hope to speak with you soon. Something like that.
Thank you for receiving me. For giving me this opportunity. I think this is the first thing that you want to say in a thank you letter.
Certainly you want to convey your enthusiasm to be invited to be considered into the next step.
Maybe highlight something key from the interview a student had for a job about what they really liked in the interview or something that they talked about.
You might allude to the fact that my organizational skills and influence skills seem like they would be a good fit in the XYZ role. I think it's fine in many cases to send an email thank you note, but you need to certainly be thoughtful about ensuring that your grammar and your structure and everything is professional. Sending a quick email with abbreviations and so forth is probably not a good idea.
I think a personal note or letter is more powerful than email today.
I think I usually send both.
I think it's better to send it as soon as you can.
You should shoot some kind of a thank you note of appreciation off within 24 hours. Everybody else is doing it, so you better.
Thank you.
Merci.
ありがとうございます。
Shukran. Shukriya. Thank you.
So that's just an example of one of the many CareerSpot videos that students can take a look at. The wonderful thing about these too is they're only 1 to 3 to 4 minutes in length, so they're not going to take very long. It gives them the highlights, the most important information that they would need to know about a subject. And as you can see, we've got plenty of subjects here, from your resume, making your resume pop, the interview dress for men and women, the elevator pitch. This is a really important one that we try to really convey to students, that it's important that you know how to articulate your skills and introduce yourself to a potential employer. So I'll show that one too for another brief showing for how these can be very beneficial to students.
One of the most important skills with interviewing and finding a job is networking. And essentially a good way of practicing that is to imagine that you're getting on an elevator. You just see the CEO of a company you want to work for, and you have 15 seconds to introduce yourself and make an impression. Are you ready? Go.
I'd probably be pretty nervous. I probably wouldn't know what I'd say too much.
Nothing there.
Oh, sir, really interested in working for you. I think I would be a big help to the company. I'm a hard worker.
Okay, everybody's a hard worker in the first 15 seconds. Hasn't told me any way that he's gonna benefit my company.
I plan to go on and get my master's and my PhD and hopefully work for your company. I would like to intern there now, as I already have years of experience.
What she didn't say is what she is majoring in. I mean, she's ambitious, she wants to go for a master's and her PhD, but studying what?
Good morning, hi. I've just been reading about your company online and read that it's one of the new Fortune 500 companies. I'm really interested in working with this expanding company. I think it's a great opportunity.
Okay, what she did really well is, first of all, she seemed to know about my company. She had read about it. She sort of even commented that she had read an interview that I had done. So, you know, a little flattery was always good for the CEO.
I just want to let you know that I'm determined and I want to work for you. And even though this isn't an office, I don't care what setting I'm in, I'm willing to do anything.
Is she in the elevator with Hugh Hefner? I mean, it's just a little bit too cute.
How you doing, sir? My name's Darren Lipscomb. I'm actually interested in a position with your company. In fact, if you don't mind, I actually have a resume as well as a cover letter. I was wondering, what would you expect from a person that could be in your company?
Awesome. Awesome. Told me who he was. He asked me a question. It's not all about him. It's more about what do I expect as the CEO of that company? Best one we've seen so far. You really have a very short period of time to make that positive first impression. You got to give them the who you are, why you're interested, and why you're qualified. What can you do for them? Pretty simple, but hard to do. Practice.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. Could you get it over again?
I'm good with money, sometimes.
I have no idea what I would say. I would fail. What would you say?
Practice.
So again, these are very helpful. They give students some information that's very beneficial and they can get to very quickly. Is there anyone on here that anybody wants to see about? We've got the elevator pitch, the top 10 interview mistakes. They've got the salary question, the importance of networking. That's another one we share quite often in some of our workshops. They're just things that students would need to know. They may not think about. Here's a big one that we also show, the perils of social networking, because so many students are on Facebook and they're on, YouTube. They've got all kinds of things out there. So we really stress to the students it's important to clean up your internet presence as you're applying for jobs and things of that nature. So these are really good. I'm going to show you one of the CareerBytes. Again, these are kind of along the same lines, just a little shorter, that's all. Let's do one, why be on LinkedIn?
I believe in today's day and age, social media is absolutely critical for any student coming out of college. And I think right now LinkedIn is unbelievable because it is taking off. You're able to create a profile online, talk individually about who you are, what you're looking for, what are your areas of interest. And so if you're interested in marketing, if you're interested in business, if you're interested in sales, any area that you can think of, alumni associations as well for different institutions, all belong to LinkedIn. You can join those organizations, and something that I found to be very beneficial when you join these organizations, they're similar to blogs where they send out periodic emails. You can receive them weekly, you can receive them every day, and many of these emails have jobs attached to them. So it's interesting when you look at them and you see the Marketing Association, you see nationally 67 jobs listed that normally you wouldn't see in most other places. So LinkedIn is critical. I believe it's becoming the future and the way that we look at jobs and opportunities, especially on the networking end.
So again, so those provide some really good information. I'm going to take you to one of our other sections that I want to talk about today. And a lot of these are new. We have so many wonderful online sources we've added new. We've got the new job links and Perfect Interview. But there's another one on here called Supercasts, and that's what I want to show you today. Let me go back up. Here we go, podcast here. Passed it up. We have 3 of these. These were actually created by the career information specialists that work in the Career Development Center. And these are actual presentations that we would do for instructors or faculty members that request a presentation for their students. So we have one on resume writing, we have one on networking, and one on interviewing skills. And we won't watch the whole thing, but, sorry, that's pretty loud. Sorry, that one's pretty loud. This one's on resume writing, I believe. This was done by Pat Barnett.
Center Supercast.
I'll show a few minutes
We're
of.
going to be viewing the Supercast regarding the topic of resume writing. The Career Development Center is located on the 2nd floor of the Student Center building, room 252. Our hours are Monday through Wednesday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Thursdays from 10 until 6 p.m. and Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. The telephone number is 913-469-3870, and our website is www.jccc.edu/career-development. Before we get started with today's topic, let's first go to our webpage to view some of the resources that are also available to you. From the Career Development Center's homepage, when you look at the list on the left, you'll see links to learn about yourself, investigate college majors, explore careers, get work experience, services for employers, and meet the staff. Today we're going to take the link for Get Work Experience. Some of our best resources when you're in the job search can be found from these pages. At the top of the page, notice the CareerSpots videos. These are brief 3 to 4 minute videos that will have very timely and helpful topics with advice on things like how to prepare for the interview, how you write a cover letter. And so I urge you to visit the pages and check out some of these relevant videos. And then when you scroll down this page, you will see links to other helpful resources. The Job Search Correspondence Guidelines packet will show you how to put together a cover letter, a thank you letter, a reference page, and that type of correspondence that goes along with your resume. The Resume Guidelines is a separate packet, and this will have useful information as you're preparing your resume, and this will actually be referenced in our presentation today. So as we scroll down our page, you'll be able to see some of the other resources that will be helpful with your job search. Including with this link, you will have the information regarding mock interviews to practice for an actual job interview, and resume and cover letter critiques for the students who are in the active job search. And let's go back now to the topic on resume writing. A resume means a summary. It's a summary of you. It's going to be your job as the job seeker to be able to communicate the relevant attributes, skills.
So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of that. So we have 3 of these. We have the resume writing one again, the interview skills, and networking. So students that, let's say, for example, their instructor had a request for a resume presentation. If they missed that day and did not get to attend and hear all the wonderful information, they can just go to our website, and this is exactly what we would have presented to the classroom. So they can come in and get all the information. We also have guidelines in the Career Development Center where students can come in and get guidelines on resume writing, interview skills, and job search correspondence. So this is a wonderful way, again, where they can access this information pretty much 24/7 if they didn't get the information in the classroom or things like that. So those are the main 2 things I wanted to cover today. As you were listening to this resume Supercast or podcast that we did, you could see that Pat was talking a little bit about some of the other wonderful resources online that we have. So if they wanted to go to get work experience, again, they can see we've got the job links, the NACE calculator. We'll talk about salary for students. A lot of them want to know that when they come in about wages, but there's a lot of wonderful things here for the job search resources. The guidelines are very helpful too, because students can come in and actually, if they wanted to do the correspondence, they can look at cover letter samples, resume samples. We have samples for every single resume career program that we offer here at the college. So that's available to them. The perfect interview is also, that's going to be, I think, another one of these ed tech presentations, so I won't go into that. I think Kit is going to cover that, but it's another way for students to have an interactive practice interview if they wanted to. We do provide mock interviews for students they're actively looking for a job or have a pending job interview. They can come in and request to do a mock interview, and we can help them with that. So there's no way for them not to be successful. There are just so many things that we have that are available, but I think the CareerSpot videos provide such helpful information and highlights, and it's very quick and concise. These are things that we would tell them if they came in to visit with us one-on-one, but it's also information they can just go right online and find. So any questions on anything I've covered so far? I guess I don't know if anybody's plugged in if they had any questions on anything I've shown. Pretty easy to get to us too. Just again, going to the home page and going to the Career Development Center and coming here and looking for whatever you need. Exploring. Sometimes we do, every now and then, and we love that. We love when they come in and say, oh, this was so helpful to me, you know, I got that job. We get more feedback when they've had the mock interviews that we do with them, and they come back and let us know that they've gotten the job. Or sometimes we've got personal thank you notes written to us saying, thank you so much for the practice. I really needed it. You know, either help me to be calm or, you know, not to have so much anxiety about the interview process. So we do get that. But we've had several comments about how helpful the CareerSpot videos are. I did a presentation last week for a refreshers course for the nursing program, and a few of the ladies in there had visited the CareerSpot videos, and they're like, those are great, they're so great, and they're short and very helpful information. So it's great to get that feedback too. We just have so many things. Part of our overall mission for the Career Development Center is really to teach students the skills for lifelong career success. So things that they're learning now about the job search process will be very helpful in the future for them as they start to graduate and apply for jobs. I mean, just from dressing for success, you know, how to look for a job, what are some of the places they can look. So those are some of the things that we provide. I did bring a couple of handouts today. I didn't know if what our crowd would be, but we have some wonderful brochures too that just give them an overall idea, you know, what we offer, the services that we have and we provide. Let me see if there's anything else on here I wanted to, I think that's it. We do have the informational interviewing too that's very helpful. That's something that we encourage students to do, to find somebody that's in the field that they're interested in or going into and actually interview that person about their job and what they enjoy most about it, the pros and cons of it, and so forth. But pretty quick and easy. So this is how easy students can get this information and you know, learn what they need to know. It helps to provide the information and give them the skills that they need to be successful.
A little bit, but if you have students who go out and get a after a year or something, you have them come back and do a little video talking to the current students.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Oh yes, that's a great idea. We love it. And students always listen to other students. When they see us, it's like, what? But yeah, to hear those success stories, those student stories about, you know, using some of these resources and how they've been successful in their careers, that's a wonderful idea. Any other questions? I'm going to wrap up. I think that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, you all letting us come in and just, you know, tell you a little bit about some of the things that we have to offer to our students. And we do have, there's one thing I wanted to say too, we have a special that we're, something special for the National Career Development Month, which is the entire month of November. We're doing Advice with a Slice, and I didn't know again how many faculty members or professors would be here today, but I just wanted to encourage them to promote this to their students. This will be the whole month of November, and it's upstairs in Comms 319. There's all kinds of career development topics that we'll be covering the whole month, and we started yesterday. covering the career exploration with ONET online. So they can come up and get free pizza with it. It's like 1 hour, 12 to 1 or either 1 to 2, depends on what days. And we have handouts and flyers kind of all around campus so they can pick these up. But this is something that we're doing for the month of November. So again, it will provide helpful information about the job search process and just really figuring out what career path they want to take or what major they want to go into. We're going to cover, I think, everything just about across the spectrum. So wonderful things. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate it. That's all I have. Thanks.